let's start the questions. The first question is, there is a body slipping on a rough horizontal plane, moves with some d acceleration of 4 meter per second square. So we need to find the coefficient of kinetic friction. So let's draw the free body diagram. So let's say this is the object. So there will be one force which will be acting downward, weight, one force which will be the normal force provided by the surface. Okay, this is the surface. Then let's say the acceleration is, the body is moving in this direction, let's say. So then the frictional force will be in this direction, which is mu into the normal force. So so we have two equations. First is r minus mg equal to 0, because there is no motion, no net force in the vertical direction, so therefore it is 0. So r is equal to mg, and then obviously this, so this is ma minus mu r equal to 0. So ma equal to mu r, where r is mg. So mu will come out to be a upon g, which is 4 upon 10, which is 0.4. So mu is 0.4. In the second question, we have a block and it is projected along a rough horizontal road with speed 10 meter per second. Coefficient of kinetic friction is 0.1. So we need to find out how far will it travel, that is, we need to find its displacement. So again let's draw the free body diagram. So it is similar to the above question only. This is our block, let's say this is the surface, downward force which will be the weight mg, normal reaction. Let's say the object is moving in this direction, so the frictional force will be in this direction. So again r will be equal to mg and ma will be equal to mu r, where ma will be equal to mu mg. So from here acceleration will be mu g, so 0.1 into 10, which will be 1 meter per second square. So now initial velocity is 10 meter per second, final velocity is 0 meter per second, acceleration is 1 meter per second square. Rather this should be minus, okay, because it is slowing down, so because of that we need to take it negative, deceleration is there. So s is equal to v square minus u square by this formula. So 2a we will be downstairs, so 0 square minus 10 square by minus 2 into minus 1, so it will give us 50 meters. So the displacement will be 50 meters before it comes to rest. Third question, there is a block of mass m and it is capped on horizontal table. If static friction of frictional coefficient is mu, then we need to find the frictional force acting on the block. So the third one, so this is quite simple actually. The frictional force will be equal to 0. Why? Because we know that the static frictional force depends on the external applied force. So let's say if the external force is 1 Newton, then the static frictional force can be 1 Newton. Let's say if the applied force is 2 Newton, then the static friction can increase up to 2 Newton. And let's say the static friction's maximum value is, let's say, 3 Newton. So up till 3 Newton the static friction will be there according to the applied force. If you apply 1 Newton force, static friction will be 1 Newton. If you apply 2.2 Newton force, static friction will be 2.2 Newton force. So the static frictional force depend on the applied force. So as the applied force is 0 here, because of that the static frictional force will be 0. In the fourth question, we have a question in which we have one inclined plane. So there is a block sliding down an inclined surface of inclination 30 degree with the horizontal. Now the block starts from rest and it covers 8 meter in the first 2 seconds. So we need to find the coefficient of friction between the two. So the fourth one. So let's first draw the situation. So the situation is this: we have one inclined plane having 30 degree angle with the horizontal. Block is like this. So what are the forces acting on the block? So the block is like this. So one force is the weight mg downward. One force will be in this two directions. So this will be 30 degree. Okay, this angle will be 30 degree because this is 30. So this will be mg cos theta, that is cos 30 degree, and this will be mg sin 30 degree. Now the block is moving down, so the frictional force will be upward, so mu r, and obviously this there will be normal force r. So these are the forces acting. So first of all, r will be equal r minus mg cos theta cos 30 degree equal to 0 because there is no motion in this direction. So from here r is equal to mg cos 30 degree. Secondly, this is there, so mg sin 30 degree minus mu r equal to ma. Why ma? Why not 0? Because there is motion. Okay, there is motion in the downward direction. So from let's simplify this by putting the values. We need to find mu, by the way. Okay, we need to find mu. So mg sin 30 degree minus mu, and r is mg cos 30 degree equal to ma. So m and m will get cancelled from both the sides. We will have g sin 30 sin 30 is, by the way, 1 by 2 minus mu g cos 30 is root 3 by 2 equal to a. So after simplification you will find out that mu is equal to 1 by 5 by root 3. It will come out to be 0.11. So mu equal to 0.11. Remember, coefficient of friction is unitless. Also, what we have done is we have put g equal to 10 meter per second square. One important thing I forgot to tell you is the value of a. So we need to find the value of a. So let me write it here. How to find the value of a? We know initial velocity is 0, displacement is 8 meters, time is 2 seconds. So s equal to ut plus half at square. So from this formula, 8 equal to 0 plus half a into 2 square. So from this you will be able to find that a is equal to 4 meter per second square. So just put this value and you will be able to find the answer. So acceleration comes out to be 4 meter per second square. In the fifth question we have a block same as in the previous question. Now it is pushed down the incline with a force of 4 newtons. How far will the block move in the first 2 seconds after starting from rest? The mass of the block is given 4 kg. So the fifth one. So let's first try to draw the situation. So we have the situation in which this will be mg, this will be mg cos 30 degree, this will be mg sin 30 degree. Mu r is the frictional force, r is the normal force, and in this question we are applying some another force which is in the downward direction. Let me remove this so that there is one force F. So mg sin 30 degree is there and F force is also there. So what we will have r equal to mg cos 30 degree, and we will also have F plus mg sin 30 minus mu r and equal to resultant force ma, because there is some motion, because of that there is some net force. So this is given, this is 4, then m is 4, g sin 30 degree is 2, 1 by 2 that is, minus mu, which is also given from the previous question, 0.11, r is mg cos 30 degree, so 4g cos 30 degree is root 3 by 2 equal to 4a. So in this question you can solve for a easily. So once you solve for a, you will be able to find approximately the answer will be 5 meter per second square. So once you find the acceleration, you can do other things. So u equal to 0, t equal to 2 seconds, a equal to 5 meter per second square. So s equal to ut plus half at square. So from here, after putting the value, you will find that s is equal to 10 meters. So block moves by 10 meters. In the sixth question, we have a body of mass 2 kg and it is lying on rough inclined plane of inclination 30 degree. We need to find a few things. If the force is applied up the incline and down the incline, so we need to find the magnitude of force. So sixth question, so we need to draw two diagrams, one for motion which is upward and one for motion which is downward. So when the motion is, let's say this is mg, obviously this will be mg cos 30 degree, as this is 30 degree, and this will be mg sin 30 degree. Same is the case in this one also. Now there is this normal force also, r. So now what do we have in the first case? Let's say the body is moving down. In the second case, the body is moving up. So if the body is moving up, then there will be a force of friction which will be in the downward direction, mu r, and when the body is moving down, the frictional force will be in this direction. So now let's try to solve the question. So in situation A, what do we have? We have F equal to mg sine 30 degree minus mu r. Okay, net force is there. So let's try to find force which we will get net force. So 2 into 9.8 into 1 by 2 minus 3.39. Once you solve this, you will get 3.39. Okay, mu r equal to mu mg cos 30 degree, because r is mg cos 30 degree. So once you solve this, you will get mu r equal to 3.39 Newton. So force will come out to be 6.41 Newton. Now this much force is required for the body to move down. So there will not be any requirement of any external force in order to move the body down, because this mg 30 degree will itself provide the force greater than 6.49. Okay, so because of that, if the block wants to move downward, there is no need to apply any external force. It will automatically move downward because of this mg sine 30 degree component. But what about the second part, when it wants to move up? So when it wants to move up, then again the situation will be f mg sine 30 degree plus mu r, because both are in the same direction. So in this case, f comes out to be 0.2 into 9.8 into 1 by 2 plus this is 3.39. So this total will come out to be this slight correction here. This is 2 into 9.8 into 1 by 2 plus 0.2 into 9.8 into 3 by 2. So this will give us 13 newtons. So this is the minimum force required to move the body upward. So when the body needs to move down, it does not have to have any external force, but when it wants to move up, it must have at least 30 Newton force. Now we need to repeat part A of problem 6, but now the force is horizontal, okay, not parallel to the incline. So the situation is something like this: mg, same mg cos 30 degree, mg sin 30 degree. Now the force is like this, horizontal force F. This will be 30 degree, so this will be F cos 30 degree, and there will be a component here which will be F sin 30 degree. This will be the normal force R. So this is the situation that we have now. So the equation will be R minus mg cos theta equal to F sin theta, or if you want to write it in another way, you can write it like this also, equal to 0, because there is no motion in this direction. So one is this. So from here R comes out to be mg cos theta, or we can write mg cos 30 degree minus F sin 30 degree. So this is one equation. Now another equation is of this part. So here we have mg sin theta plus mu r minus F cos theta equal to 0. Mu r is here in this direction because you need to move it upward. Okay, so now ultimately mg sin 30 degree plus mu mg cos 30 degree plus F sin 30 degree minus F cos 30 degree equals 0. So once you simplify this, you will have mg sine 30 degree minus mu mg cos 30 degree upon mu sine 30 degree and minus cos 30 degree. So once you put all the values, you will be able to find this. So it will be approximately 17.5 Newton. So this much force is required, horizontal force is required in order to move the block upward. Minimum force, okay, this much is the minimum force. Question number 8, we have a children park where there is an inclined plane having angle 45 degree in the middle part. We need to find the acceleration of a boy sliding on it if frictional coefficient is 0.6, and we can take g equal to 10 meter per second square. So this is the 8th one. Now again let me try to draw the free body diagram. So let's say this is the boy. So there is this mg downward, mg cos 45 degree will be here, as this is 45 degree, mg sine 45 degree will be here. Obviously normal force will be here, and as the boy is moving down, so the frictional force will be in this direction, okay, mu r. So what do we have now? We have obviously r equal to mg cos 45 degree. One equation is this, and apart from that, one more equation we have is mg sine 45 degree minus mu r, and at the place of r we can write mg cos 45 degree equal to the net force, okay, F. So these are the two equations. Now let's put the value. F equal to mg, g is 10, then sine 45 is 1 by root 2 minus mu is 0.6 into m into g is 10, cos 45 1 by root 2. So from here F equal to m 2 by root 2. So acceleration will be F by m, that is m 2 root 2 by m. So A will come out to be 2 root 2 meter per second square. In question 9, we have a body which starts slipping down on inclined plane and moves half meter in half second. How long will it take to move the next half meter? So this is the 9th question. So again let's draw the free body diagram. mg cos theta, mg sin theta, mu r, normal force. So from here what do we have? R equal to mg cos theta is there. Then one equation will be mg sin theta minus mu r equal to ma. Okay, one equation will be this. So let's put the value mg sin theta minus mu mg cos theta equal to ma. So now this is quite simple, m and m will get cancelled. So a will be equal to g sin theta minus mu g cos theta. So this will be acceleration. So now what do we have? We know initial is velocity 0, displacement is 0.5 in time 0.5 second. So from here we can be found out v equal to u plus at, which is 0 plus 0.5 into 4, because acceleration is 4 equal to, this will give us 2 meter per second. So let's first find the acceleration only. because s equal to ut plus half at square. So from here 0.5 equal to 0 plus half a 0.5 square. So from this acceleration will come out to be 4 meter per second square. So now you can put this value v equal to u plus at, v equal to 0 plus 4 into 0.5. So v will come out to be 2 meter per second. So v is this, acceleration is this. Now we know the basic things now. So for the next half second, for the next half meter, we will have initial velocity equal to 2 meter per second, because this velocity will be now the initial velocity in the next half. Acceleration is same, 4 meter per second square, and again displacement is 0.5. So we need to find 0.5 equal to 2t. We need to find the time, half 4t square. So 2t square plus 2t minus 0.5 equal to 0. So from here, when you solve this, minus 4 plus minus root 16 plus 16 divided by 2a, that is 2 into 4. So it will be 656 divided by 8. So time will come out to be 0.207 seconds. So this will be the time period to travel the next half. In the 10th question, we have angle between resultant contact force and normal force exerted by body, angle of friction, and lambda is the representation symbol for angle of friction, and mu is the coefficient of static friction. So we need to prove lambda is smaller or equal to tan inverse mu. So 10th one. So first of all, what do we have as a situation? So this is a block, this is a surface. Now let's say this is the normal force, this is any other applied force, frictional force will be here. Let's say this is our force, contact force, okay. So this is the angle lambda, okay. Remember, Fi is the contact force, F is the, this should be frictional force, this should be applied force, F is the applied force, small f is the frictional force, and R is the normal force. So we know that static frictional coefficient is tan theta or tan lambda, which will be equal to F by R here. So now by perpendicular upon base, now what do we have? We have F is the frictional force. So frictional force is the maximum value can be of limiting friction, which is mu r. So the value of tan lambda can be smaller or equal to mu r upon r, or tan lambda must be smaller or equal to mu, or mu is must be lambda must be smaller or equal to tan inverse mu. So this is how you can prove this thing.